All right, well, this is the first day of our
backyard construction.
Yeah, we already ordered a bunch of the stuff, and Gary's been looking at everything for the last few days. And
So the first thing we did, this is our backyard. This is our backyard. So today we're going to build the forms for the patio. And first thing we did is we had a giant concrete slab right here that we had to use our crowbars and everything, and shimmy it over here. So we moved it over to this side of the house that we have a nice little barbecue area.
How'd you do that, Al?
We used these crowbars, the sledgehammer, and we jimmied it under, and
that thing's probably
slid it
500 pounds, but if you get someone like Gary who can go like that with it, and then we just move it a little bit.
Slowly pivoted it, and then dropped it.
And then we measured how
It
far
was
away
perfect.
from the house we needed to drop it, and we just let it go, and it perfectly didn't even touch the house.
Well, touch the house a little bit. I mismeasured.
Now we have a good barbecue stand, and we're going to put our barbecue up there. And
Good. And what are we going to do here, Al?
so now we're going to build the forms. So I'm going to have my dad take it away.
All right.
You're in now.
So Allie and Vinny and me, we're going to lay forms here today. And it's going to be basically 13 by 13, about 6 inches thick. We're going to use number 3 rebar with 16-inch spacing on it, or 18-inch spacing on the rebar. And that's about it.
Yeah, and ours is going to slope 3 inches this way.
Right, 1/4 inch per foot. So between 3 1/4, 3.5 inches, somewhere around there, we think. And we'll see you when we get the forms done.
Here, I'm going to get a
All right.
video of what the backyard looks like. Here's our backyard, the start of it.
Where would you like to start, Vinny?
All dirt.
I'm thinking we get this one set first,
AstroTurf.
and then we work on our.
There's the master contractor.
Thing there.
Are we going to
Here we go.
Yeah, so let's put our board down and put a line, and then we know.
All right, so now we're working on digging the trenches, if you will, to, I guess, what are we doing here, Gary?
We're forming it up. So for our forming, we're gonna the one side it's a straight edge. We have it's 13 feet long. We have a 3.5 inch slope, which gives us about 1/4 inch per foot. And then we're going to use a bender board here to give us a nice arc. So it looks like it's a custom
Here's
job.
a bender board like
Right.
this.
That's
If you
the
want
bender board.
if you want to do a circular half moon type thing, what we called it earlier.
Right. So we decided to trench under our boards rather than cut the boards. So it gave us more options of adjusting our slope, and we'll just come and backfill before we do the concrete. So that's where we're at right now. Hi, we're working and videoing because we're losing daylight. But we're just tying our rebar together. We did it 18-inch squares. We're going to put them up on our homemade dobies. We didn't spend the money on buying the pre-made dobies because they're 62 cents a piece. And for $4 we were able to make all of these dobies just breaking up some cinder block that we bought at Home Depot. So we're tying the rebar together, then we'll lift them up on the dobies. We'll check our clearance, which I think will be good, and then we'll hose it down. We'll be ready to lay our concrete in the morning. So our forms are all set, and we got good slope, 1/4 inch per foot. So I think we're doing good. All right, so it's concrete laying day. We got our forms done. Last night we finished up late, but we got our bendy board. We ended up using some 7.5 inch shiplap siding. It's an MDF siding for the bendy board. We got our rebar, 18 inches on center with our homemade dobies underneath. We got a 3.5-inch slope for 12 feet, giving us about a 1/4 inch a foot. And we're about ready to pour. We're gonna pump it, as you can see. And then over here, we're pouring a 4-inch planter box. We have number 3 rebar in here. And we're gonna top this with bricks eventually. So we've got a planter here and a planter over there. And then my lovely wife is digging some holes in the ground. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make our own stepping stones. So later we'll pop these out of the ground and we'll use them as stepping stones on the grass. So we're kind of debating whether or not to put another sidewalk over here, and we decided to go with stepping stones. So this is kind of easy, cheap way of doing that. If you look at our form over here, you see chalk lines on the wall. There's 3 on that one. We're using the top chalk line. We kind of worked our way up till we were happy with the angle that we had. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to pump a bead across the inside edge and then trowel it down to the chalk line. And then that'll be our inner form for screeding off the concrete. And that's all I have to say. Okay, you go for the boat. Whoa! All you, baby. I got it.
Alright, here we go.
The top red line.
So we're getting our concrete pumped in. Good job, Dad.
Are they holding the mud on your second job?
Oh, toe cramp. Ah! Oh, toe cramp.
Is that one working good? You want the flat?
Alright, here we go. Getting the concrete pumped in.
There, Danny? Hello, we got all the hired workers, Uncle Dan, we got Matt, Aunt Mary, Ruth Ann, Honey Pie, Allie's videoing. So last you saw us, we were getting ready to pump concrete. So we got it floated out right now, just the general shape. We're letting it set up a little bit, then we'll come and start using the magnesium bowl float, and then we'll use the Fresno to finish it off. So it's looking pretty good. We splashed a little bit on the house, but not too bad.
My fault.
Got the general shape that we want. Yep. And our planters over here. We have our planters filled in. The only thing you're going to see on the planters when we pull the forms off is the front side. So what we did was we took a hammer and we just you tap it like this and get all the air pockets out. So when you take the form off, you don't have any air pockets, so it'll be pretty. We did the same thing over there with that planter. And over here, you can't really see, but in our last video you saw holes over here. And these holes are going to be our homemade pavers, stepping pavers. So when this dries, we're just going to lift them out, and hopefully they'll be nice looking pavers. Not hopefully, they will be.
They will. They will.
Matt's leveling it out. And we have to be careful because the color of our concrete, what's the color out?
Winter beige.
Winter beige. Right now it looks just like dirt. They should call it dirt color.
Matches winter dirt.
Yeah, winter beige matches winter dirt. So.
And then the step.
And the step, this is our step that we're going to use in front of our doggy door. We didn't want to make a permanent step in case some years down the road somebody wants to take the doggy door out. So this is a step we're making just to set on top of our finished concrete. And yeah,
That's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at.
Check back later.
All right, so we're using the Fresno to just start working some of the lines out. It's a little too wet though, so we're gonna quit here in just a minute. But we got our shade. We think we got all our low spots out.
Gary's middle name is Fresno, the way he works this thing.
So
He invented this.
we're gonna leave it like that for right now, and let it sit for 20 minutes or so. Then we'll go over it again, and eventually it'll start drying out enough where we'll be able to do it without any lines, and we'll be good. So that's where we sit right now. Peace out.
Good job.
That's rough. Maybe if you take that magnesium.
The magnesium round? That'd be good as a magnesium.
Uncle Dan, what are we doing now?
Here is some of the rough edge.
And everything's smoothed out. Then you have to wait for it to dry, and then we can start stamping.
I know. You're good. Hi, YouTube people. Me and Dan and Ruthann and Mary and Allie and Vince are here. We're edging it, and I guess with most concrete jobs, it's drying at different rates. So once we get it edged, we're gonna run the Fresno over it one more time. Then we're gonna start stamping. And
We gotta throw color first.
yeah, so we're edging. And Dan's behind me, and he's getting rid of the edging lines. And I think the trick here is to, once you got your edge, you gotta go slow over it and let the cream fill in the gaps of the rocks. And then have the other trick is have Uncle Dan get rid of your lines. Doing a great job. Yeah, I think we're ready to stamp.
Yeah, we reached out. 5 by 5. And go back about 3 feet.
See, there's
And there's an
like
edge.
a edge.
You edged it. You see it?
Are we done here?
You need to finish the edge and then we're ready to be done.
Alright.
There you go. Perfect. Sorry on quality.
No, that's good.
Alright, so we're broadcasting our release. We're using a Mason's brush because it's better than throwing it by hand because you don't get the streaks as you do if you throw it by hand. We're going to be doing 2 different colors. We're using Brick Form Desert Tan as our main release color. Then we're going to be using Brick Form Walnut as a secondary color. So we're almost done. Broadcasting. It makes a hell of a mess.
Mom, the dogs.
It's not water soluble.
They're okay.
Dan's throwing on the walnut.
Can you move the dogs? Sure.
They're okay.
We used brick. Are you still on?
Yep.
We used brick form. Not that I'm trying to sell it, but we're first looking at Schofield. Brick form at the store I went to was about $50 a bucket, and Schofield was about 110. So about half price.
Over here
I've
too,
used
Dad.
brick form before, so seems to do the same job.
Over here in the corner too, Dad.
Yeah, Gary missed a spot here.
Vinny, just leave them over there.
Okay.
I'd rather them stay locked up and stuff than them come run on the.
Unless you throw them in the house.
Yeah, throw them in.
Throw 'em in the
Dan's
house.
worried about their lungs.
We're almost done.
Yeah. Are you worried about your lungs over there then? Dogs?
I should have moved them before. You okay? Wow, nice save.
A little muddy right there.
Yeah, you come do this color over there.
All right, so we're starting the stamping process. We're using a texture mat to go over the edges first.
Right?
And So over there we went over the edges. Ruthann and Mary are doing our pattern. So the reason we go over the edges first is because the pattern doesn't get all the way to the edge.
Nope, doesn't.
And so this will give you texture on the spots where you miss it.
That we need to, okay.
And it's drying at different rates.
Can I have the texture rate, the
Yep.
texture map?
Get out to the corner.
I know.
So there's the texture. And there's our stamp form.
I want you to lift that one straight up for a second.
What's up with that one?
Yeah.
Something didn't go in right, huh?
Just give us a second.
The girls have the stamps handled.
That one looks really good.
I thank you. So it makes me think we need to get the one like in line almost, and then follow.
Here's the line roller if you need it.
We don't need line rollers. Fine. Right? Now put yours back down. This way. Where it- yep. Fine.
What happened with missing that one spot?
I bent this one to fit
Okay.
this one. We're fine. It's gonna look great because I've textured it.
Yeah, and then we'll roll the lines. Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're talking? Talk to me.
Yeah, we don't need to.
I think they're
It has
hoping not to
edges.
roll lines. Show us how to do the texture mat, Dad.
What?
Show us how to do the texture
All
mat.
right, so over here I'm just pressing it in with my hand because this edge of the concrete is softer than that edge over there. It's drying at different rates. Due to the slope, all the water's draining this way. So over here we're just pushing in by hand. It's giving it a nice texture. You keep flipping your mat though, so you don't so your veins don't show a pattern.
You can see the texture, but there's release
That's
on
what
top,
I'll do.
so
Let's go this way with that map.
don't see it fully.
Or you can give me
Okay.
this stick right here.
Nope, it's not gonna fit.
Regular spot.
Good girl,
Okay.
that's what I was.
They're doing the stamps.
Doing a great job.
They got their pattern and their mojo down.
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed, was a pattern and a mojo. This is definitely softer over here.
Let's
That's
see, this
softer,
is
way
this
way
is the
more
stamps
like
they've
this,
already
more
done.
like that.
So you can see the pattern coming to life.
Red one and stay out of the corner.
We just like the heavier ones are.
These are the
'cause we're
stamping
gonna have to work
professionals.
that way, but I say we work this way and then that way because that corner is just so wet.
Hire them if you need stamp help.
Right here.
Hold on, this red one has to come out.
Yeah, give me I say the red one goes here.
And then scooch this way.
Where's
Take
the-
a load off, Dad.
I'm on sponge patrol. I gotta clean that trowel.
It's still missing?
Take a load.
How am I doing this? Are we?
Look, we're perfect. You're okay.
All right,
See
so
what happened.
we just finished stamping. And this is our finished product.